It is my honor to present J. Scott Campbell, one of my favorite artists of all time.
Wow, that's nice. What an intro. I appreciate that, man.
Thank you. You're here at New York Comic Con. It's kind of weird. You weren't on the Spotlight Artist, section. How do you feel about that?
Oh, you're hurting my feelings now. You open strong and then.
It was just a question. All right, let's get that. You're a great artist. You're well known for your females, especially Danger Girl and Gen 13. My favorite character Gen 13 is Caitlin Fairchild, and to me that was forever my favorite female character of all time in comics.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty much. How do you feel being like one of the best well-known artists when it comes to drawing females?
Mission accomplished. No, I think, obviously, I think I purposely did set out with a bit of that intent to hey, this is something I enjoy doing. Hopefully, I'll get good at it or better at it as time goes on. And I like that it's a calling card. I mean, nobody wants to be typecast in the sense that he can't do anything but that. But to have something that you're especially good for or known for, I don't see anything wrong with that. If anything, I think it's a plus. And I think more artists, if they could become known for something, it would help elevate their profile, because that has a lot to do with why guys like myself or Adam Hughes and certain guys get known more so, because I think you get a calling card for being, that's the babe guy, or that's the guy who draws cool monsters, that kind of thing. I think that's always good to have a little bit of that.
And I was kind of curious, how is your independent comic business coming? Because I heard that you mostly do cover art and stuff like that. Do you miss, pretty much this is it, do you miss doing panels, or are you content with doing cover art nowadays?
I think it was more of a financial decision I made a couple of years ago. I miss doing stories. I love the panel-to-panel work. The panel-to-panel storytelling work, though, it's got to come. It's a drive that's got to come from very deep inside, because basically that's got to push you to the finish line. It's not just finishing up a cover or one drawing. You've got to push yourself not just to do 22 pages, but oftentimes, multiple, an entire series or mini-series. So there needs to be a drive that's really, really intense. That doesn't have to be there if you're doing covers or other types of artwork. The deadlines are, of course, more rapid fire, and you kind of are in and out kind of thing. So I think I miss it in the sense that I do enjoy the medium. I like telling stories. I like being known for the stories I tell. But financially, sometimes that's the bigger struggle, because comic books just sometimes don't bring in the revenue that something like covers do, or other higher profile pieces of art where you can make prints and you can make books and you can do these other things with them. So I think that's sort of the tough tug of war that guys like myself have, because we want to do the interior stuff, but financially sometimes you take a hit from it. So it's a bit of a kind of maybe the best solution would be to do a little bit of both, which is what I'm trying to get back to.
I've seen some of your live stream drawings, stuff like that. You have a unorthodox technique. I don't mean to ridicule.
No,
it's kind of unorthodox. How did you come up with it?
Are you talking about the sort of drawing smaller and then enlarging kind of thing? It was something that came very natural to me. It's a technique I've been doing for many years. As I got into business, I found I wasn't the only one who did it that way. Other guys had come to that same conclusion, that was a good way for them to go. I'd like to call him a colleague of mine, a hero of mine, but also now a colleague. Arthur Adams, turned out he did it that way, he was a huge influence on me. And just by chance of luck, I guess I was doing a system that he had already been doing for many years. There are other guys I've heard that do something similar. I know a lot of guys too will sometimes lay out digitally now, and to me that's very similar. I mean, if they're laying out digitally and then printing it out and then light boxing that digital layout, it's very much the same idea. And I think it's just the idea of if you're drawing either smaller initially, or even just on a completely separate piece of paper than what your original is going to be on, you loosen up. You kind of get the sense this isn't the final. I can be looser. And sometimes you capture an energy that you wouldn't capture if you were uptight about, oh my God, this is the final piece of art. And drawing smaller, I find it just, I can see everything a lot better. Everything seems to click better. It's a lot less intimidating to look at a piece of paper that big than to look at a piece of paper this big and I got to fill this thing up. So there's multiple advantages to doing it that way.
One last question. Any future things going on for Danger Girl? That was another one of my favorite comics when I was younger. I still got the cover with the gold bikini.
Oh yeah, the gold foil on there. I would love to do more Danger Girl. Actually, it's been a goal of mine the last Oh gosh, I think I've had the hunger burning inside to do more Danger Girl for the last like maybe 3 to 5 years, but commitments to other things have sort of kept me tied up, because to do Danger Girl, I got to make sure I've got a really big open window as far as like what the time it would take to start it and get it finished and get it out. So really it's more of a logistics thing right now with Danger Girl. I kind of in the back of my mind have already made the decision I'm going to do more Danger Girl. It's just a matter of trying to find the time in my schedule and open up my schedule free of commitments so that I can actually do so. So I would love to do more Danger Girl. I think that's definitely, I love that it's still what I'm most known for, and I would like it to continue to be that way, because that's my creation. That's the thing that I get to sort of like say is mine, or I share it with Andy Hartnell, who co-wrote the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my property, so I of course want to do more of it.
Yeah, that's very inspirational, because we're doing the same thing for us. Thank you very much.
Absolutely,
and
man.
you are going to be one of the artists. Your art's going to be on my wall one of these days when I get enough money to save it up, which will probably be in the next few years. Have a Caitlin Fairchild hanging on my wall.
You know where to find me.
Yeah, you, Adam Hughes, and everybody else.
Awesome, that'd be cool, man.
Thank you very much.
Company. Absolutely.
J. Scott Campbell, everyone.